A couple of days later, Cudi said he had his manager set up a meeting with Combs through his head of security, D-Rock, at the Soho House. Cudi testified, I walked in and I met D-Rock. He was escorting me into the room, and then I got to the room. It was one wall was all windows, and Sean Combs was standing there staring out the window with his hands behind his back like a Marvel supervillain. Yeah, it was just me and him in the room. No security, nobody. Cudi said, we discussed, pretty much the whole story about how me and Cassie first started to date to what it was to how it ended. And his whole point was, we were homies, that was my girl. I let him know that, she told me they were broken up and I took her word for it. Yeah. Johnson asked, what was Mr. Combs' demeanor during this meeting? Cudi said, very calm. He kept offering me water. He offered me water twice. Johnson asked, what was your reaction to his demeanor? Cudi said it was very off-putting. It was weird that he was so calm. Cudi said Cassie then showed up, and he testified he was upset to find out that she had gone back to Sean Combs. He told the jury, quote, she pretty much kind of explained that we fell in love and things just happened and, Cudi testified, yeah, we stood up, shook hands, and as I was shaking his hand, I said, what are we going to do about my car? I made sure to ask him right when our hands were clasped together, where he couldn't run away and I could look at him square in his eyes. And he looked right back at me, very cold stare, and said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, okay. I took my hand from his and he said, wait, I thought we were cool. Is there a problem? I was like, you said you didn't burn my car, right? You said that's your word. He said, yeah. I was like, that's it. When asked again, Cudi said Combs' tone of voice was very calm. And after that day, there were no more break-ins at his home and no more car fires. A couple of years later, Cudi said he saw Combs at the Soho House again, this time with his daughter. He said Combs said, man, I just want to apologize for everything and all of the BS. There were no more conflicts with Sean Combs.